Yo guys, I've got a spark which I'm going to use to ignite the fire for a brand new video here on the channel. Now today, I wish to answer the question, why does nobody upload Skylanders content anymore? Well, I'd love to give you a straightforward answer, but as I've already talked about in 2 previous videos, mind you, any answer I could possibly come up with would be entirely wrong. Just like the assumption that nobody uploads Skylanders content anymore is in the first place. Now I could speculate as to why nobody uploads Skylanders content anymore for 2 main reasons. Firstly, it's that Skylanders has ended its lifespan. People are no longer interested or passionate about these pieces of plastic, so they simply don't find the passion required to create the content. They just simply aren't driven enough. Secondly, it's because this led to the popularity of the franchise to dip significantly. This leaves very few people who are interested in watching the content in the first place. Creating this content gives you no surefire way of rocketing to fame, so why spend time producing content for a franchise which can only garner you small amounts of attention? Fortunately, this community is more than that, and those who make these assumptions could not be more wrong, as I alluded to before the intro played itself out, mind you. I wanted to kick off the month of September in the right way, and there is no better way than to kick it off with a celebration of our community. Many Skytubers go day after day continuing to be underappreciated and completely overlooked, so I'm hoping to highlight the awesome Skytubers out there and celebrate their ambitions and efforts to keep the passion of Skylanders alive and driven. Firstly though, given that this is the final video within this trilogy of sorts I've created, I think it would be nice to first look back at the channels we previously looked at to see how they're doing nowadays. I suppose you could even go as far to call this the Deluxe Skytuber Showcase if we were to put an alternate title on it. Because yes, there's a big difference between how the Skytubers are doing now and how they were doing when I first featured them, so it'll be nice to make those comparisons or contrasts without further ado. Firstly, there is Bumble Blaster. This channel has continued to pump out quality Skylanders content even to this day. He currently sits at 225 subscribers, which is 1000% worth it, but let's not stop his growth there. Be sure to subscribe to Bumble Blaster. I've checked out his streams and he is genuinely one of the most wholesome people I've ever had the privilege of meeting.
Don't mess with justice!
Next up is Conquertron. He's currently sitting at 172 subscribers, which is a massive disappointment because his content is amazing. He's done locks, solo runs, reviews, breakdowns, collection videos, shoutouts, top 10s, and much more. You could not use the number of fingers on your hands to count up the number of things he's done. So you'd be doing yourself a favour if you'd go check him out and subscribe to an incredible Skytuber who's still active to this day. Next up is Mintiac Skylands. His content is great and pretty unique, however we haven't seen it for a while. His last upload was 4 months ago, which is a massive shame really. Next up is Sky Slicer. This Skytuber has reached the incredible goal of 323 subscribers, a very fun number that. Regardless, on his channel you can find PvP tournaments and live streams, all of which are well worth checking out. He seems to have taken breaks between uploads, but hopefully he'll be back, especially with his PvP series, since it did great for views, which is amazing to see because it really shows that people still watch Skylanders content even almost almost 5 years after the latest game was released. Next up is Sky Phoenix Jack, another active Skytuber to this day, but he's only at 85 subscribers, which is an absolute crime. His latest video was merely 2 weeks ago, and it looks into a legendary unboxing, as you can see on screen before you, so there is no reason not to go and check out Sky Phoenix Jack. He was there for last time I made one of these videos, and he's still there now, which is amazing to see. Next up is Owen Mason. He's recently changed his name to Tree Dude, but he still sits at 129 subscribers with a fairly active schedule, so that definitely makes him worth checking out.
Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Owen Mason, and I would like to give a huge thank you to Ignite the Fire for asking me to be part of this collaboration. He asked me to talk about some of my favourite parts about Skylanders, like what impact Skylanders made on me and why do I like it. And my favourite part about Skylanders personally is collecting. Every time I get a new Skanda and I get the chance to just play it on the portal and see the new moveset, it just fills me with joy. There's a bunch of different Skylanders here. You've got Cores, Giants, Swap Force, Superchargers, Chompy, Imaginators, Senseis and Villains. There's so much fun stuff, like variants, Eon's Elite over here, vehicles, chase variants, one. Literally any time I get the chance to play as a brand new Skylander, I'm just always super happy, because playing as a new Skylander, knowing, getting to use their moveset, seeing how strong they can be, it's one of my favourite things in the world. It just blows my mind how there's so many unique and incredible Skylanders that I just get to have. It's just absolutely amazing.
Next up is RetexCraft. He's continued to make his ranking and retrospective videos. Editing is just as good as the last time we looked at him, and now he's incredibly close to 100 subscribers at least, so let's change that and help him continue to grow. Next up is Skylander Beal. He's currently sitting at 172 subscribers. He's not the most active Skytuber at the moment, and he favours making short and bingeable type content. Most of his videos are shorts, which makes them easily watchable, and I'd recommend checking it out all the same. Next up is Jacob XD. He might be at 327 subscribers, but he's unfortunately not uploaded a Skylanders video in several months. In fact, he's barely uploaded, period. It's a shame because it was unique seeing him have a Snow Dash, but without any Skylanders content for a while, I can't quite call him an active Skytuber anymore. Next up is Skylanders Bot. He's currently sitting at 468 subscribers, but unfortunately he hasn't uploaded in several months, and it's a damned shame since his content was so good. Hopefully he'll return to content creation shortly. Next up is Nutella Stuff, now at 165 subscribers. His biggest video is currently at 15,000 views, and it has the greatest title. Anyways, he's not the most active right now, not having uploaded for almost a month, but his content is still Skylanders focused and it's great. Hopefully he'll continue to create content in the upcoming months. Next up is SkyMike, currently at 123 subscribers. Now, I loved this channel when I first came across it for that first initial Skytuber Showcase I did, and it's a shame that to this date he hasn't continued making the talented and extraordinary content, which was an absolute blast to watch. In fact, the last video on his channel was uploaded over 5 months ago, so I sincerely hope that he'll return to content creation someday soon. In my very first Skytuber Showcase video, I talked about someone called Shroom Boom for Scarlet Kid. Nowadays his channel is called Drizzy Boy, and he has content to view no more. It's a massive shame, and I truly mean that too. Next up is Ultra Number 1. He's currently grown to 160 subscribers, and even to this day, he's still active. He's currently creating the Fast Lock series, as well as other short and funny videos that are well worth your time. Great to see him still active. Next up is Skytubers TV. He's really taken off since we last looked at him, as he's currently sitting at 915 subscribers. very close to 1,000. What's unfortunate though is that he hasn't uploaded for over a month. I'm really hoping that changes soon, but even before this, videos were rare and not always Skylanders related, making him not really all that active of a Skytuber. Next up is Gaming83, who's changed his channel name to Chaos Crusher. His videos are short, sweet and well worth watching. 344 subscribers for this channel is an absolute crime, and yes, he hasn't made too many videos recently, but he's just on a short break. I have confidence that we will soon see him back in full force, and it's content well worth checking out, so hopefully my positivity will pay off in due time for this here active Skytuber. Next up is Make 3.0 Shine. I've been following this channel for a while and it's all over the place. Skylanders isn't really anything he covers anymore, and he's constantly shifting between uploading really frequently and then waiting several months between uploads. He's currently sitting at 149 subscribers and he certainly deserves more. I just wouldn't recommend his channel for Skylanders at this point, and he ultimately shouldn't limit himself to Skylanders. Power to him for making the content that he wants to make. He's done stuff along the lines of Disney Infinity, so I'm sure there's still stuff on there for you all to sink your teeth into and enjoy. Next up is Destroyer's Guardian. He's currently at 159 subscribers, and he's been playing along with me for some of my Rocket League streams. However, his content is still focused mainly on Skylanders. He streams frequently and makes content which is really fun to watch, so I'd recommend him for all of you, and I believe you should absolutely go and check him out all the same. Next up is Kamotan, yet another Skytuber whom hasn't uploaded for well over a month. His content recently has mostly been Minecraft focused. It's fun, just not Skylanders related. I'm happy to see he's grown to 306 subscribers, and it's basically the same for what I said about Make 3.0 Shine, really, about how power to him for making the content that he wants to make, all the same. Next up is Judas ANSNRW, still one of my favourite active Skytubers to date. He's recently hit 305 subscribers and he deserves every last one of them. He's done challenges, funny editorials, music remixes. In other words, he's just got a massive variety of content on his channel, and it's all so great to watch without a hint of sarcasm nor shadow of doubt. He streams on the regular too, as cherry on top of the cake. Recently, he even bested a Warnado solo run in Trap Team of all things. Power to him for getting through that, might I add.
Audience, the solo gem of Ignite's favorite Skylander.
Next up is Skydude134. He's currently sitting at 324 subscribers, and it's easy to see why. He has very unique and varied content with speedruns, walkthrough of giants, alpha build, and just gameplay videos you can't find elsewhere. Good to see that a talented Skytuber is still active. Next up is Inklander, currently sitting at 244 subscribers. He's not the most active Skytuber. There was 3 months between two of his Skylanders uploads. His content, however, is amazing, so hopefully he can find himself getting back to it sometime soon. Next up is Skylanders Portalcasters. They're currently sitting at 251 subscribers, which is an absolute crime because they've not only continued to produce their high quality podcasts, but they've continued to do so actively for the last few months now. I applaud the dedication, so you should absolutely go and check them out. Next up is Studio Stuart. He's at 193 subscribers, and it's not likely to change anytime soon since he's no longer active. In fact, his most recent video is called Announcing the New Channel, so we'll look more into that later. Next up is Triantip. I'm incredibly proud of how much this Skytuber has grown. He's incredibly close to 500 subscribers, currently sitting at a very respectable 456. His content is amazing, his personality is fun, and he's incredibly likeable. Videos include unboxings, ranking videos, and collection showcases. There is literally no reason not to check him out as one of the best active Skytubers uploading to date. Next up is Serbian Skylands, yet another one of the greatest active Skytubers uploading to date. He's currently sitting at 371 subscribers, the content in which revolves around locks and memes It's great stuff, well worth watching. Next up is Bricks Gaming83. I love the thumbnails he chooses for all his streams. It breathes life and energy into the presentation of his channel. He currently sits at 310 subscribers, but his streams deserve far more attention given how fun they are to watch. And they're pretty common too, since you're likely to catch one soon. Why not go ahead and subscribe to his channel? Next up is Coming Clean Gaming. I'm so glad to see him only a quarter of the way away from 1,000 subscribers, because if anyone ever deserved 1,000 subscribers, it's this guy. His videos are very well made, he is incredibly talented and an absolute blast to watch. He's grown a lot since the previous videos and I couldn't be prouder. Next up is Mighty Mothra. Her subscriber count and video quality have something in common. They're really high, but despite the 907 subscribers Mighty Mothra has, she hasn't uploaded in over 5 months, which is massively disappointing given just how much potential this Skytuber has. I sincerely hope that she can return to content creation someday. Next up is Donatello Donkey, a channel which no longer exists unfortunately, meaning that the first Skytuber Showcase I did with, of course, footage of Donatello Donkey's channel is going to be some of the last reminiscence of him on YouTube. Rather unfortunate that, considering that his Trap Team speedruns were legendary. Next up is Alec Windmiller, and of course he's still active. At 830 subscribers, he's made tutorials, unboxing videos, and even custom Skanda showcases. He's extremely talented, so let's help him get to the 1,000 subscribers he absolutely deserves. I know for a fact that together we can help him grow. He's even notorious for his 1-minute reviews, which I find to be fun and incredibly bingeable. Next up is Crypt Crushed, the second channel of Crypt Crusher at 982 subscribers. Now, because Crypt Crusher himself focuses on quality rather than quantity, he puts all of his time into his main channel and collaborations with others, so he rarely puts his memes onto the secondary channel, mind you, but it's still the perfect place to look for bingeable Skylanders memes, even if it's not the most active channel to date. The final channel we looked at in that very first Skytuber Showcase I did was called Sicklander Boy. He has passed that 1,000 subscriber mark, but unfortunately he's not really all that active at all. Rather unfortunate that. So that's all the channels I covered in my very first Skytuber Showcase, but we ain't done yet. Now it would be nice to look back at the channels I featured for the second Skytuber Showcase also. So we've looked back at 33 channels already, but that's clearly not enough. Let's go on ahead and look at 47 more. Starting with Diamond Igniter, he hasn't been active for over 4 months unfortunately. Together we did help him grow to 18 subscribers at least, so that's great. Next up is Biona Hero. He's currently sitting at 79 subscribers, and whilst his content isn't strictly Skylanders, it's still a primary focus of his. Therefore, I'd call him an active Skytuber, absolutely worth seeking out. Next up, I featured a channel called Tree Wrecker, which is now a channel without any videos on it. Next up is Prism Beam. He's currently sitting at 45 subscribers. Much more than when I featured him initially, mind you, but unfortunately what he doesn't tend to feature is Skylanders content all that much. In the last 3 months, of all of his uploads, they've rarely ever been Skylanders related, and now his most current video is over 1 month old. I can't really consider him an active Skytuber, but his content is still pretty cool. Winky face. Next up, I featured a channel called The Skylander Theorists, which is yet another channel that doesn't have any videos anymore. As always, that's pretty unfortunate. Next up is Star Strikers, currently sitting at an even 50 subscribers. The content on here is amazing though, with streams and comparison videos. There is something for everyone to enjoy, and it's about time we ran into yet another active Skytuber. Next up is War-Torn Portal Master. He deserves so much more than 38 subscribers. For content, is Skylanders focused and incredibly good. He has reviews, top 5s, fan-made trailers, and even conversation videos. He's certainly an active Skytuber through and through. Next up is Fellowship of Leaf, currently at 57 subscribers, and boy do I love this content. It's varied and guaranteed to have something for everyone. There is content weekly involving gameplay, vlogs and reviews, for film as well as Skylanders, and is all well worth a watch. More importantly, this certainly is what I'd classify as an active Skytuber. Next up is Adam aka Todd, who is at 42 subscribers. He has taken a break, but according to his most recent video, he is back, as the pattern would say, and this makes him an active Skytuber with reaction videos, editorials and versus videos. Why not check him out? Next up is Cool Kid Skylanders, who's changed his name to Taekwon Gaming. Cool name for a cool channel, I suppose, and he certainly is an active Skytuber, making top 5s recently, but he also streams other games like Minecraft and Fortnite, which is totally cool, mostly because the Skylanders content is still mixed in there, making him most certainly an active Skytuber. Next up is for Scarlet Kid. Let's keep this short and sweet. So this is yet another active Skytuber, very fortunate there, and he's currently sitting at 54 subscribers. He's done all kinds of crazy videos which are well worth checking out. So now that I've said everything I want to say about this channel, let's move on without further ado. Next up is for Skanda Talker, now without the "the". He seems to make videos quite rarely, however they are seemingly once a month at least, and he's still active around the community. Just the other day he took part in one of my Rocket League streams, for example. Now the content on his channel is Skylanders focused too, so I definitely consider him an active Skytuber, absolutely worth checking out.
Gee, I'm having such a fun time playing this Spyro game that I'm totally playing right now. Is that Spyro? I'm sure that wasn't real. I'm probably just seeing things. Oh, is that Cinder? Wait, no. No!
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Next up is Your Average Marbu. At only 48 subscribers, this guy is incredibly underrated. He's made haul videos and continued to produce his high quality memes. He was inactive for a few months, but he's bounced back to become an active Skytuber as of recently, and that is amazing to see. A channel I originally featured was called the Skylander Roundtable, and this is a channel in which no longer exists, unfortunately. Next up is King of Portals. He's currently sitting at 82 subscribers. He's active around the community, especially since I see him in my comment section quite a lot, but as far as content creation is concerned, he hasn't made anything for over a month. I really hope he returns to content creation, but at the moment he's not much of an active Skytuber. Next up is Riptide Simp number 1, who has now changed his channel name to Simptide, and he's now at 107 subscribers. His 8 most recent videos were Pokemon based, however, considering his last Skylanders video was well over a month ago. I'd assume he'd moved on from Skylanders, but there is always a hope he can return, so definitely keep your eyes out for him. But as things stand currently, I wouldn't really consider him much of an active Skytuber. Next up is Drosiv. He is currently sitting at 43 subscribers, but unfortunately he certainly isn't active anymore, considering the last video was uploaded 5 months ago. The same video which I actually featured for my Skytuber Showcase, hilariously enough. I hope he comes back someday. His content was pretty great, and his thumbnails, no different. Next up is Decathlon. He's currently at 120 subscribers. He has been continuing to make incredible Skylanders content, so I'd recommend checking him out. There certainly is variety within his channel to truly sink your teeth into. Next up is Skyninja, currently sitting at 72 subscribers. His content is really good and well worth checking out. He's featured gameplay, memes, and discussion videos, giving you no reason not to go and check him out as a current and active Skytuber most importantly of all. Next up is Hero for Portal Master, now known as just Hero. I take it as he's removed the Portal Master from his name because now his content only rarely features Skylanders. I would definitely recommend his content, and he deserves far more than the current 109 subscribers he's at. However, what I wouldn't say about him is that he's a Skytuber currently, as he's been focusing on content elsewhere, which again is absolutely fine, and as always, power to him for choosing to make content that he wants to make. Still love seeing the cool Enigma banner though, you can't go much wrong with that. Chompy is next, and they're still doing some incredible speedruns which are absolutely worth checking out. 315 subscribers is a crime. Do yourself a favour and check out Chompy, an active Skytuber without a shadow of doubt nor hint of sarcasm. Next up is Embarker Slash. He's currently sitting at 111 subscribers and is still making Skylanders content to this date. He covers memes and origins behind his Imaginators. It's really cool stuff, well worth checking out as per the norm. Next up is The Hammer. He's grown into triple digits and is currently sitting at 101 subscribers. He still actively makes Skylanders content to this day. It involves music and gameplay mostly, but is all worth checking out nonetheless. Next up is Skyworld Stream, currently sitting at 151 subscribers. It's a shame because now that leaves 151 of us missing her. Fortunately, her last video was a goodbye, so she left on good terms. Whilst not being an active Skytuber, there is still plenty of old content to look back upon from this legendary creator you see before you. Next up is Drobot, Ultimate Robot. I can't get enough of that there channel name, but regardless, he's currently sitting at 190 subscribers, and his content is not only active, but also hilarious. He specialises in making Skylanders meme videos as well as green screen effects like the ones you currently see before you. I would certainly call him an active Skytuber worth checking out. Next up is Robo Legends. He's currently sitting at 162 subscribers, but he deserves way more. I thoroughly enjoy his content, and it's recent as well as Skylanders based. He focuses mostly on streaming and provides some great variety, ensuring you'll find something on there which is perfect for you. Next up is Skylands Sebi, whom currently sits at 157 subscribers. He's not guaranteed to provide content frequently, as his latest videos was uploaded well over a month ago. However, that seems to be the pattern of his channel, waiting months between uploads each time. I still can't quite bring myself to call him an active Skytuber, but his content is still awesome. I love his tier lists and gameplay showcases. He even makes Nintendo content also, so regardless, all of that gives me hope that he will continue to create uploads few and far between. Next up is Skanda Gamer, who is currently at 142 subscribers. He's an excellent speaker and he does well with his reviews and informative videos, so definitely be sure to go check him out. Next up is Your Average Portal Master, whom currently sits at 216 subscribers. His content is definitely worth checking out, as he still makes Skylanders content actively to this day. Next up is Jaden064, who currently sits at 181 subscribers. They certainly have remained active Skylanders content creators to date, making discussion and gameplay videos. I'd really recommend for you to go and check out this awesome channel. Next up is Busybot Gaming. He makes variety in his content, as he also branches out to things like Rocket League and Pokemon. However, he's still an active Skytuber with 234 subscribers, as he makes meme-based content on a regular basis, so I'd highly recommend that to each and every one of you. Previously, I looked at a channel called Slam Studios, but now the channel goes under a different name, that being Dr. Hoot 9197, that unfortunately doesn't have any content from which to talk about. Next up is All About Skylanders, and he's keeping his content that way exactly. He's currently sitting at 382 subscribers. He's made plenty of regular trap team guides that are well worth checking out, especially if you're struggling to 100% the game. Definitely be sure to check out this active Skytuber who's keeping it all about Skylanders. Sorry, couldn't help myself with that one.
You know what? I'm gonna call Trot and Tip. I guess I'll be Spyro. Oh shoot, Jeff's calling me.
Yo, what's up, Jeff?
Yo, what's up? What you doing?
Oh, not much. I'm just playing some SSA. How about you?
SSA? Nice, nice. I got a question, actually. What's your favorite SSA character?
My favorite SSA character? Well, you're gonna have to give me some time on that. How about you answer while you give me some time to think?
My favorite SSA character? Huh. I haven't thought about that. Perhaps I must go on an adventure, and the answer will be made clear. I must go now. Talk to you later, Alex.
Oh, okay. See ya. Weird.
Next up is Let's Go Gaming, still at 351 subscribers, which is an absolute crime because this guy is heartwarming and fun to watch. He makes Nintendo and other gaming videos, but he's still an active Skytuber most certainly, as Skylanders is still a primary focus on his channel, and I couldn't recommend him more to each and every one of you. Next up is Two Vicious Dogs YT, also at 351 subscribers as of writing this script. He hasn't made videos in over 2 months, so I hope he becomes active again someday, given how fun all of his videos were and all of his streams on top of all that. Next up is Sheriff Crazy, who's changed his name from Crazy to Skylands to truly fit with the new channel identity he has branded himself with, so he's officially now known as Sheriff Skylands, and he has been continuing to actively play through Spyro's Adventure on the Japanese exclusive Wii U version of the game. It's very unique content and I thoroughly enjoy watching it. He's recently grown to 689 subscribers, so let's keep this upwards trend of his going. He deserves far better for sure. Next up is Digit Netix, who has recently surpassed the 1000 subscriber milestone, which is absolutely amazing. His Skylanders content is really unique too and well worth checking out, as he's focused mostly around emulating Skylanders Imaginators, which is both cool and, more importantly, unique. His Skylanders content even is mostly unrivaled, so definitely be sure to go check him out, because it's not exactly like you can check out some other channel and find the same exact stuff. That's exactly what makes the content unique to him. Next up is the Skanda Dude. He's currently sitting at 1.61 thousand subscribers, and he deserves every last one of them. He uploads rarely, since his most recent video is well over 2 months old at this point, but he hasn't shown any signs of stopping, and this is the constant pattern of his channel. To keep things fair, I won't call him an active Skytuber, but keep your eyes out, because no doubt he has some epic content coming soon. He just takes several months to make videos is all, and I respect the time and effort which goes into it, so definitely be sure to keep your eyes out for him all the same. Next up is Terapog. He's doing very well at 1.74 thousand subscribers. He is well known for his excellent meme videos, which are hilarious as always, but now he also covers music in Skylanders, which is amazing to see, or should I say listen to, so go check him out. He's most certainly active. Next up is Skylanders Eon, who is now at an incredibly impressive 1.88 thousand subscribers as he continues to grow and make more and more Skylanders content to date. He has tier lists, discussion videos, gameplay walkthroughs, and so much more. If you somehow haven't already, go check out Skylanders Eon. You'll be doing yourself a massive favour. Next up is Skynergamertv, one of the biggest Skytubers currently working. He has videos once a week as a bare minimum, and every time they impress me with how well made they are and just how much fun they can be to binge through. He has a much deserved 7.6 thousand subscribers, so you no doubt know who he is already. Heck, he's doubled his sub count from around the 3,000 mark he was at the last time we looked at him on my channel, so it's very impressive stuff to be saying the least. Next up is Boombringer, another channel which shows no signs of slowing down in terms of just how well he is growing. He's now at 8.8 thousand subscribers, though it wouldn't surprise me if tomorrow I woke up to see him at 10,000, and he absolutely deserves it. His brand of humour is unique and incredibly funny, definitely worth a watch. Next up is Adam O'Sullivan, who definitely hasn't been active considering his last video was uploaded 5 months ago. The videos did well though, and he does sit at 6.61 thousand subscribers, showing us all that Skanda's content is still viewed by thousands upon thousands of people. So if there's any hope that we need to push ourselves forward, it's this right here that we see in front of our very faces. Next up is Crypt Crusher, now sitting at an incredible 12,000 subscribers. I'm so proud of how far he's come. He streams most weekends and prides himself in quality over quantity, so whilst he uploads only 2 or 3 videos a month at tops, they're always guaranteed to be fun, very well edited and professionally made. It's no use me telling you to go check him out because I know you've all done so already, and it's great to see him as popular as he is. Next up is Crash for Skylands, who's barely doing better than Crypt Crusher currently, sitting at a very impressive 12.1 thousand subscribers, and his content is iconic. Top 5s, locks, Honesty Half Hour and Heroic Mondays. Recently he's even uploaded for 2021 Royal Rumble. If there isn't a single piece of content on his channel I wouldn't recommend, and it's all carried by a kind and charismatic man who is definitely deserving of the support that he gets. Next up is Portal Master. I sincerely hope he makes more content soon. He's currently sitting at 11.4 thousand subscribers, making him one of the biggest Skytubers currently, but unfortunately he simply is not active at the moment. I believe his most recent video was uploaded 4 months ago, so yes, it would be great to see him come back, but it's still very impressive to see how well he's grown these past few months. For second to last, we have Tuimi. She's definitely an active Skytuber, and soon she's only going to become even more so. She's made ranking videos, and she streams regularly. If you're somehow not one of her 18.8 thousand subscribers, you should definitely go change that. Finally, there is BRR Games. He's got an amazing 53.8 thousand subscribers, and he's infamous for his Skanda short animations, which he continues to make still to this day. Incredible stuff. Whew, that sure did take a while, but it certainly was satisfying to go back and revisit all of those channels and see how they're doing. In some cases they have new channel names for us to refer to them from now on as, but let me reiterate what I've classified as an active Skytuber. Now these are channels with at least a 3:1 ratio of Skanda's videos, which have been uploaded within the last month. Outside of that, I haven't classified you as active as such. I'm hoping all of these inactive channels bounce back, but for now I have this chart displaying on screen separating the active Skytubers from the inactive ones. I have all of the active Skytubers listed in the description in order of their subscription count in ascending order from, of course, top to bottom. So naturally be sure to check the description for all of those links and check out all of those Skytubers, because it proves the contrary to what the title of this here video is alluding to. And with that being said, the rules I mentioned about earlier are carrying over as I talk about new Skytubers I found for the final portion of this here video. Since this is the final video within this trilogy, I won't be making another one, therefore massive apologies for Skytubers in advance that I have missed. I'm only human, so I can't get around to everyone. As always, please check out these channels and subscribe. We'll look at them in ascending order of their subscription count as always even. So with that all being said, let's kick things off with none other than Skanda's Dude, a channel with literally only 2 subscribers, myself and someone else. He's only made a few videos so far, so let's try to give him a big push, and hopefully this will motivate him to make even more content. The videos are short, bingeable, and fun most certainly, therefore I would absolutely recommend him to you, especially as a Skanda's fan. Next up is Skanda's Prime, who'd currently be in the same boat as he's only at 2 subscribers. So far he's made a welcome video and a sea racing video, but it's all good quality, and uploaded at the perfect time too, since when I came across him in my research it was literally the day I was writing this script, so one day later and I would have missed this channel. That coincidence alone should draw you to this very channel because I'm worried about what might happen if you aren't. Either way, I would love to see us band together and boost this guy's subscription count so he can really find himself being motivated to continue making these great quality videos. I respect the fact, most of all, that he waited to get the appropriate tools before starting YouTube. He has good capturing software, as you can tell from the quality of the footage before you. So he's definitely doing a great start. He's got the fundamentals all laid out, so now all he's got to do is continue building himself up from scratch, and again, I definitely applaud the efforts thus far. Next up, we have Yoshikong. This guy is currently at 10 subscribers and deserves way more, as he's done some really creative edits, and he's even doing a full playthrough of Spyro's Adventure. But before playing his characters, he must collect their soul gems. It's very similar to my Soul Seeker series, but what's important to bear in mind here is that no one is copying anyone. He's just finding a more creative approach to playing through the game, same as me, and as always, I madly respect that, so definitely be sure to go check out Yoshikong. Next up is Boogs Skylanders, currently at 13 subscribers. His content revolves around memes and collection updates. It's cool to see new Skytubers taking up the mantle and trying their hardest to get started on their own Skylanders channels, so I applaud this creator, as we all have to start somewhere. Next up is Earthen Avenger, currently at 26 subscribers, again as of writing this script, but regardless of that, so far he's made 2 videos and they've been very high in production quality. The guy seems really charismatic and a nice presence to be around. There's definitely a charm to him, but for the level of professionalism on his channel is ultimately what I'm impressed by. He has unboxing videos and a welcome to his channel thus far, but in the future he plans on creating custom Skylanders and all sorts, so there's definitely talent and potential for this Skytuber to soar. So let's ensure that we motivate him to continue by giving his subscription count a big buff like it deserves. Next up is Luke and Ignite, who is currently sitting at 47 subscribers. You might consider this as a bit of a cheat, after all this is just my second channel, but we're going to be making Skylanders content on there soon, exclusively for that channel, so if you want to check out some awesome Skylanders co-op action with 2 best mates that have chemistry going through the roof, dare I say, we'd love it if you were to check out our joint channel in preparation for exclusive Skylanders co-op content we are preparing for the channel. Next up is Slimy Ovio, who's currently sitting at the subscription count of 69. Nice. Anyways, they make guides, shopping videos, unboxings, and all sorts of variety content, which I highly recommend for sure. They use the same colours in all their thumbnails too, which makes the channel look uniform and very aesthetically pleasing. Next up is Stuartified. When I mentioned Studio Stuart had moved all of his efforts to a secondary channel, this here is what I meant. The channel currently sits at 89 subscribers, and as always, Stu has all sorts of fun gameplay videos to enjoy. His charisma really carries his videos to help make them very entertaining and really energetic. You can visit his channel and I guarantee you will have some fun watching the content he provides you with. Next up is King Donegal YT. He's currently at 94 subscribers, so I know we can easily get him up to 100. He's made Funko Pop reviews and collection videos, ensuring variety as much as quality Skylanders videos, making him a great Skytuber well worth your time and support. Next up is Elements of Enigma. The last dozen or so odd videos haven't been Skylanders related on his channel, but there is still a clear passion for Skylanders here. This guy is too talented to be sitting at only 102 subscribers. The content is mostly drawing based, which is incredible to watch and I'd highly recommend it. We now jump all the way up to 314 subscribers for Portal Master Cody Prime, who's a gameplay channel primarily, but as always we should support our fellow Skytubers. Let's really push this guy and hope he finds motivation to continue creating his passion-filled gameplay videos, which in and of themselves are very enjoyable. He might record with a camera, but is a good start for sure. Everyone's got to start somewhere after all. I have hammered in this same message time and time again in this video, so this right here is just for repetition for effect. The effect being to put emphasis on the very thing I'm repeating. Next up there is Funplander, one of my favourite meme creators. His videos are very expressive and fun to watch. He's currently at 333 subscribers, so hopefully this video will help him grow because he absolutely deserves it. The memes, after all, are as expressive as they are hilarious, and I commend his efforts most certainly. Next up there is Saving the Skylands. He's grown very well thus far, as he's already at an impressive 351 subscribers, again as of writing this script, and he absolutely deserves more. I'm hoping that since I wrote this script, he's gained from there. And with that being said, his videos have a very professional look to them. The thumbnails also are uniform and crisp, so he's definitely worth a watch. I, for one, thoroughly enjoy his content, and I'm really impressed again with how well he's grown and just the level of professionalism in his channel, mind you. Next up is Mintiac, a creator of our very first major Spyro's Adventure mod, and the trailer for which he made for it is epic. You can see it before you in all of its glory. And he's incredibly talented and far more deserving than just his current 345 subscribers, so definitely be sure to check out someone who's incredibly charismatic and fun to watch. As cherry on top of the cake, he's also made hilarious meme videos which are absolute raw awesomeness by default, so I've given you no reason not to check them out at this point. Link in the description as always. Now we move on to 1000 subscriber channels, starting with Calfuyama. My apologies if I botched that pronunciation right there, but regardless, this channel is actually Spanish, showing how Skylanders has impacted several cultures around the world, which is truly beautiful. Whilst I can't understand the videos, I can at least use Google Translate to understand his channel description, which is great in and of itself. Next up there is SCL Matt. I love how nicely that rolls off the tongue. With that being said, he does individual breakdowns of certain characters to give you interest in trivia, and he buys boatloads of Skylanders at once to put into his shop. Watching him showcase all of these potential purchases is really cool. He always does it live too, to of course give you a jump start onto what is going to be available in the shop in the next few days, and he's definitely worth checking out if you somehow haven't done so already. His shop even more so, especially if there's just that one specific Skanda you're looking to get. Finally, there is Myconoid. I was skeptical as to whether or not to include this channel in my previous Skytuber Showcase, but since then, however, he's tailored his content more towards Skylanders, and that's great since his video quality is really high, making him incredibly deserving of his 3.69 subscribers for sure. I love the thumbnails, how clean and in uniform they are with one another, and he just makes his videos really passionate and entertaining. So that does it. Sure, I had a divide between active and inactive Skytubers earlier, but that still left us with 63 active Skytubers that I have featured in this video, so we can no longer ask ourselves in good conscience, why does nobody upload Skylanders content anymore? Because we have 63 channels proving the otherwise, because it shows us that we can still find passionate and driven Skylanders content creators that will bring us content regardless of popularity. It amazes me the dedication of these creators and how ultimately it brings us together within this community, a united love for the series, and the fact that it's large, it's inclusive. This community, we have people from all over the planet, from different cultures, and ultimately it's a beautiful thing that we can all connect over just something that really drives us and gets us up in the mornings. You could go as far as saying. Now, the Skylanders community, it's welcoming and inclusive, with all of these creators constantly supporting one another and all creating phenomenal content to just create a loop of general positivity. I am so honoured to be part of this community, and all of this is not going to change anytime soon, regardless of whether we do or do not get a brand new game. Now, with that all being said and done, this video is coming to an end, but before that happens, I first want to thank all my Blazing Knights and Scorpion Dragons whose support allow me to continue pumping out quality videos like this one. Without them, this all wouldn't be possible. Therefore, I genuinely appreciate every last one of you from the bottom of my heart. If you enjoyed this video, I have others you can watch by clicking on screen now, and you can even subscribe by pressing the button on the bottom right hand corner of the screen. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be seeing you in the next one, but until that moment arises, peace!